Did you know that the objects we carry with us can influence our energy and attract prosperity into our lives? In this video, we will explore 7 powerful objects that, according to Buddhist teachings, can help you attract money and avoid poverty. These items, filled with symbolism and spiritual wisdom, are designed to strengthen your energetic vibration and open doors to abundance. Learn how to incorporate these objects into your keychain and how each one can become a constant reminder of your ability to manifest material and spiritual well-being. Join us and discover how to transform your life through small but powerful changes. Object 1. Chinese coin. Imagine you are in a small market in an ancient town in China. The vendors, all with years of experience, hang small bronze coins at their stalls, tied with a simple red thread. These coins carry a deep meaning, a secret passed down through generations. They are not there by chance. They are there to bring the energy of abundance, invite fortune, and ward off difficulties. Let me tell you a story about a young merchant named Li. Li had inherited a small shop from his father, but he struggled to attract many customers. At night he would sit at the entrance looking at the empty market, wondering why he couldn't get ahead. One day an old man with serene eyes and worn clothes approached him with a gentle smile, handed him an ancient coin and said, "This coin carries the energy of many who, like you, wish to prosper. Carry it with you and remember it in every decision you make." He hung that coin at the entrance of his shop. Gradually, with each dawn, customers began to arrive. They not only bought but also stayed to chat, as if that coin attracted not only money but also good relationships and opportunities. Over time, Li's shop flourished, and he realized that the coin represented more than wealth. It was a reminder of his commitment, his daily effort, and his trust in his own path. Now, carrying a Chinese coin on your keychain is something similar. It is not just a trinket. It is an invitation to prosperity. It is a symbol that reminds you that on the journey of life, abundance does not always come immediately, but with patience, faith, and the right energy, the fruits appear. That little coin, every time you touch it, every time you look at it, will be like a seed of prosperity in your heart, a promise that your efforts are not in vain. Carry that coin with you and remember that abundance begins in the mind, in how you view life, in how you value each opportunity. And if one day you doubt, if the path seems uncertain, touch that coin on your keychain and trust that fortune and prosperity are by your side. Object 2. Miniature elephant. Imagine a vast landscape where the sun has set on the horizon, casting long shadows over the dry earth. In the midst of that immensity walks a majestic and serene elephant, moving with slow but steady steps. Its deep, calm eyes reflect a knowledge that seems to have been accumulated over thousands of lives. The elephant does not rush, is not agitated, and fears nothing. With each step, it demonstrates a strength that is as silent as it is immense, a being that moves in harmony with the world, and that same harmony protects it. This animal has been considered sacred in many cultures, seen as a symbol of good luck, wisdom, and strength. But to truly understand it, let me tell you a story I once heard about a young merchant and a wise old man. This young man, whom we will call Aaron, lived in a small village by the mountains. He had inherited a spice shop from his family, a modest business with much potential. However, Aaron was impulsive. Whenever he heard of a new opportunity, he would jump at it without thinking twice. If someone spoke to him about merchandise that supposedly sold quickly, he would buy it on the spot, without considering if he really needed it, or if it would be beneficial. Over time, this impulsiveness began to cause him problems. Debts piled up, sales were lacking, and each night, the young man sat in silence, worried about how he could get out of that situation. One day, in the midst of his despair, Aaron decided to visit a market in a neighboring town, hoping to find some advice or idea that would help improve his situation. It was there that he met an old man with white hair and a serene face, who sold small carved wooden figures at a stall on the edge of the market. The old man looked at the young man with a gaze that seemed to see through him, and after a moment he offered him a small figure of an elephant intricately carved, with its trunk pointing toward the sky. "This elephant will help you find the peace and wisdom you need," the old man said softly, as if sharing a secret. "If you carry it with you, it will remind you that true strength is not in rushing, but in moving forward with clarity and steadiness. The elephant is patient, and patience is the mother of all virtues. Take it as a guide and let it be your protector." Although skeptical, Aaron accepted the gift and placed the small elephant in his pocket, perhaps without fully understanding its meaning. However, upon returning to his shop, he noticed something curious. Every time he was about to make an impulsive decision, he would touch the elephant in his pocket. It was as if feeling it brought a calmness within him, and instead of rushing, he would pause to think, to evaluate, to see things from a broader perspective. Over time, Aaron began to notice changes in his life. By making more conscious and less hasty decisions, his business began to flourish. Customers trusted him more, and slowly his debts diminished. It was not a quick change, but every step he took was firm, and every decision was filled with clarity. The elephant he always carried had become his silent guide, reminding him of the importance of moving forward with calm and wisdom. One day, after months of prosperity, the young man returned to the market to find the old man and thank him, but he was no longer there. He asked the other vendors, but no one seemed to remember having seen him. It was then that Aaron understood that perhaps that old man had been sent by fate itself to show him the value of patience and inner strength. Now, when we see that little miniature elephant, we understand that it is much more than a simple charm. Carrying an elephant on your keychain is carrying with you a constant reminder of that story and what it symbolizes: patience, strength, and wisdom. The elephant teaches us not to rush, not to be swayed by the impulse of the moment. It reminds us that every decision has its time, and that haste often brings mistakes. True strength is not demonstrated by running. It is shown in the ability to walk calmly without losing direction. Moreover, the elephant with its trunk up is a symbol of good luck and abundance. It is believed that this position of the trunk elevates positive energies and wards off negative vibes. So when you have a little elephant on your keychain, you are not just carrying a symbol of luck, but also a protector that will help you make sound decisions, stay on your path, and remember that true wealth comes from knowing how to advance with peace and confidence. Think of the elephant as a wise friend who, in every moment of doubt, reminds you that success is not achieved by running, but by walking firmly with a peaceful heart. And the next time you have to face a difficult decision, take that little elephant, look at it, or simply touch it, and let its energy guide you. Because in life, as the old man taught Aaron, good luck and success do not always depend on the opportunities that come our way, but on the wisdom and patience with which we face each step. Carry that elephant with you, and every time you look at it, remember that the greatest strength you possess lies in your patience and in your ability to walk step by step toward your dreams. Object 3. Small Buddha of Abundance. Imagine a small Buddha with a big smile, round and jovial, holding a bag that symbolizes abundance. He is known as the Laughing Buddha, or the Buddha of Abundance, and his image has been passed down from generation to generation, conveying a message as ancient as it is wise. True abundance does not reside in money, but in a joyful spirit and the ability to see the positive in life. Let me tell you a story about this very special Buddha. In a distant village lived a man named Chen who worked as a farmer. His life was not easy. Each year he faced challenges with the weather, the crops, and the little money he managed to gather. However, there was something about Chen that made him unique. He was never seen without a smile, no matter the circumstances. Chen laughed, shared, and above all was grateful. He said that with its ups and downs, life always has something to give us, even if we sometimes cannot see it at first glance. One day a traveller crossed paths with Chen in the market. This traveller noticed the farmer's radiant smile and curiously asked how he could remain so happy amid difficulties. Chen, with an even wider smile, pulled out a small Buddha of abundance that he carried tied to his belt. "This small Buddha," he said, "reminds me that true wealth is not in possessions but in spirit. It helps me remember that each day is a blessing and that happiness begins with gratitude." The intrigued traveller listened as Chen shared his story. Chen explained that years ago, during one of the worst droughts, he had been on the verge of abandoning his land. Everything he had worked for seemed lost, and he felt defeated. It was then that an elder from the village gifted him this little laughing Buddha and said, "Carry it with you, and in the toughest moments look at it and laugh, even if just a little." Joy and gratitude open invisible doors to abundance. At first, Chen didn't understand how such a small and simple figure could change his situation. However, he began to carry the Buddha with him every day. Whenever he felt overwhelmed or hopeless, he would look at the small Buddha and smile, remembering the elder's words. Gradually, he noticed something changing in his heart. Despite the difficulties, he began to see opportunities instead of problems. His attitude attracted other villagers who offered to help him with his crops, and his fields began to prosper again. Over time, Chen realized that the Buddha of abundance had taught him to see the wealth that already existed in his life, the support of his community, the beauty of nature, and the simple act of sharing and being grateful. This small laughing Buddha was much more than a symbol of economic prosperity. It was a constant reminder that true abundance begins in the heart. Wealth is not just having things, but having peace, love, and above all, gratitude for every moment of life. Now, when you carry a small Buddha of abundance on your keychain, you not only carry a symbol of prosperity, but also a reminder of that story and the lesson Chen learned in the market. Every time you look at this smiling Buddha, allow yourself to remember that life is full of opportunities and that true abundance begins when you open your heart to gratitude and happiness, regardless of circumstances. Think of the Buddha of abundance as a friend who always invites you to see the positive side. His wide and generous smile is like silent advice. Be happy with what you have, and more will come. Because as Buddhist teachings suggest, when you fill your life with gratitude and positivity, you create a space where abundance can flow naturally. So every time you touch that little Buddha on your keychain, pause and give thanks for even the smallest thing. Perhaps for the air you breathe, for the people you love, or even for the challenges that teach you lessons. Allow yourself to smile because that Buddha is there to remind you that abundance and prosperity are not always found in the material. They begin in a joyful spirit, in sincere gratitude, and in the ability to see the wealth that exists in every corner of your life. And if you ever feel down, if the weight of life tires you, simply look at that little Buddha. He will remind you that fortune and prosperity are not just about having, but about being. Because when we are happy with what we have, when we value every moment, we create a life where true abundance flourishes. Object 4. Small key. Imagine for a moment a small simple key made of worn metal but with a mysterious aura, a miniature key that you can carry on your keychain. It may be small and seem insignificant at first glance, but this key has powerful symbolism. It represents new opportunities, access to unexplored paths, and doors waiting to be opened. Let me tell you a story, one I heard long ago about a young woman named May, who lived in a village surrounded by mountains. May worked in a tea shop, but her dream had always been to open her own business. Day after day she served customers, listened to their stories, and observed the comings and goings of people, imagining what it would be like to have her own shop filled with teas and herbs that she would select herself. But that dream seemed further away every day. Circumstances were not in her favour, and the daily routine stifled her longing for independence. One night after closing the shop, May walked through the narrow streets of the village when she stumbled upon a small key on the ground. It was an old, small and strange key, as if it had belonged to a treasure chest of secrets, Although she initially didn't think much of it, something inside her compelled her to pick it up. She tucked it in her pocket, silently taking it as an amulet, a quiet hope that perhaps her life could also change one day. From that moment on, whenever May felt trapped or demotivated, she would take the small key from her pocket and examine it closely. Over time, she began to see it as a kind of symbol of the doors that had yet to open in her life, a reminder that the world is full of possibilities waiting to be discovered. One day, not knowing where she found the courage, she decided to start saving a little of her earnings each week, even if it was a small amount. And each time she added a coin to her little fund, she would touch the key in her pocket and smile, as if that key gave her the strength and faith she needed. Several years passed, and although the journey was not easy, May finally managed to gather enough money to open her own tea shop. She placed the small key at the entrance, hanging it as a symbol of her perseverance and all the opportunities she had created with her determination. Her shop became a beloved place for the villagers, and people came from all around to try her special teas, prepared with dedication and love. May used to say that the little key she found by chance one day was the spark that ignited her courage, a constant reminder that the doors of life are always there, waiting for us to open them. Now, when you think of a small key on your keychain, it is not just a decoration. It is a reminder that, like May, you always have the possibility of opening new doors in your life. That key reminds you that no matter how difficult things may seem, or how distant your dream feels, there is always a path, always a door waiting to be opened. The little key on your keychain represents your own power to change your life, to seek new opportunities, to trust that the future holds surprises even when everything seems closed or unreachable. Every time you feel that circumstances are limiting you, or that opportunities are scarce, touch that little key and remember May's story. Remember that the key is in your hands and that you have the power to open new doors with every step you take, with every action, and with every effort. That key is your silent guide. Every time you see it, allow yourself to dream of the doors yet to be opened, because in life we do not always know what awaits us on the other side. But if we have the courage to seek the keys and dare to use them, we will discover that the world is full of opportunities and unexpected paths. So carry that little key with pride as a reminder that within you lies the ability to open any door, to change any situation, and to create your own destiny. Prosperity and success are out there, and with faith, determination, and the right mindset, you will find the doors that will lead you to them. Object 5, four-leaf clover. The four-leaf clover, a small miracle of nature, something that few find but everyone yearns for. Its rarity makes it a symbol of good luck, and each leaf holds a special meaning, hope, love, and luck. Carrying one with you is like having a small shield of positive energy, an amulet said to open the way to new opportunities and protect you from negativity. But to truly understand the power of this symbol, let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a young man named Juan who lived in a village surrounded by green meadows. Juan was not a particularly lucky guy, or at least that's what he thought. Everything in his life seemed to require extra effort, and he always found himself struggling against obstacles, both big and small. Sometimes he looked at others and felt that their path was easier, straighter, while his was full of stones and detours. One day, after a heavy storm, Juan went out for a walk in the nearby fields. He needed to clear his mind and escape the worries that surrounded him. As he walked, he saw something unusual on the ground, among the tall grasses that were still wet. He bent down and discovered a four-leaf clover. He had heard stories about the good luck these clovers brought, but until then, he thought they were just tales. However, something in him compelled him to pick it up and keep it in his pocket, as if that little clover could provide him with a ray of hope. From that day on, Juan started carrying the clover with him everywhere. He didn't know why, but he felt that this little amulet was a reminder that life, although complicated, also had its little miracles and hidden moments of fortune. Over time, he began to notice something curious. Things started to change, but not in the way he expected. Luck didn't come in the form of great successes or sudden wealth. Instead, he began to perceive changes within himself. The clover filled him with a sense of calm and confidence, as if he had a small shield against worries. He started to see opportunities where he once saw problems. When something didn't go as expected, instead of getting frustrated, he thought that perhaps that obstacle was just a sign to take a new direction. Slowly, his attitude changed, and with it life began to smile at him in unexpected ways. One day in the market, he met a merchant who, impressed by his enthusiasm and optimism, offered him a job. Over time, that job opened doors to new contacts and projects, and Juan began to prosper, not only financially but also in feeling fortunate, filled with purpose and direction. Juan understood that the four-leaf clover, more than an amulet protecting him from bad things, taught him to see the positive side and to remain open to opportunities. Each leaf was a reminder of something valuable: the first leaf of hope, to never lose faith in the good; the second, of faith in oneself; the third, of love for life and for others; and the fourth, of luck, that arrives as a reflection of the attitude we cultivate within ourselves. Now, when you carry a four-leaf clover on your keychain, it is not just a rare plant you found or a symbol of superstition. It is a reminder that good luck lies in our way of seeing the world and in our ability to maintain hope even in difficult times. That small and humble clover is like an amulet that protects you from doubts, fears, and internal blockages that sometimes prevent us from seeing the opportunities before us. So every time you feel the path becoming complicated or that doors seem to be closing, touch that clover on your keychain. Remember that even if we cannot always see fortune at first glance, every step we take with a positive attitude brings us closer to opportunities, because true luck is not an unexpected stroke of fortune, but the ability to face life with optimism, to overcome obstacles with courage, and to find in every small detail a sign that everything is possible. Carry that clover as an invisible shield, a symbol that in every day, in every challenge, and in every moment of your life, good luck may be just around the corner. Object 6, Jade or citrine quartz. Jade and citrine quartz, two stones as ancient as the earth itself, each with powerful energy and a profound message. In Buddhism, jade has been valued for centuries as a symbol of good fortune and wisdom, a stone that connects with the heart, teaching us to live in harmony and gratitude. Citrine quartz, on the other hand, is known as the money stone, capable of attracting prosperity and success in the material realm. But to truly understand the power of these stones, let me tell you a story. Once upon a time, there was a young woman named Lin who lived in a small village near the mountains. Lin was talented in the art of pottery. With her hands she could transform clay into beautiful pieces that seemed to come to life. However, despite her talent, her business provided just enough to live on. She dreamed that her art could reach more people, that her work would be valued, and that abundance would allow her to grow and help her family. One day, an elderly woman visiting the village saw Lin's pieces at the market. Admired by her work, she approached and began to talk with her. After listening to the young woman's concerns, the elderly woman smiled and took a small polished jade stone from her bag, placing it in Lin's hand. "Jade is a special stone," she said. "It is not just a symbol of fortune. It represents calm, wisdom, and the abundance that lives within each of us. Carry this stone with you, and every time you touch it, remember that abundance begins in the heart, not in objects." Although skeptical at first, Lin accepted the jade and hung it on her keychain. Over time, she began to notice something curious. Every time she faced a challenge or an important decision, she would touch the jade stone, and somehow she felt a tranquility she hadn't had before. Her perspective started to change. Instead of focusing solely on sales or how much money she was making, she began to work from a place of gratitude, appreciating the opportunity to create and share her art. Little by little, customers started to arrive. It wasn't a flood of buyers, but each person who entered her shop seemed to connect deeply with her pieces. Lynn understood that the jade hadn't brought money like magic. It had taught her to value her own work, to see the abundance that already existed in her life, and to open her heart to new opportunities. But the story doesn't end there. Over time, a merchant from the city visited her shop and offered to take her pieces to a larger market. Lynn, who had learned to trust her instincts, accepted the offer. As a gesture of gratitude, the merchant gifted her another stone for her collection, a bright and warm citrine quartz, like the sun. "This quartz is known as the money stone," he said, "and although money is not the most important thing, it will help you remember that prosperity also comes to those who act with love and determination." Lynn tied the citrine quartz next to the jade on her keychain, and now, with both stones, each with its own message, she felt complete and ready to face any challenge. The jade reminded her of her connection to wisdom and inner peace, while the citrine gave her the strength and courage to pursue her material dreams, reminding her that prosperity is a natural manifestation of her efforts and love for what she did. Over time, Lynn's business flourished, not because she focused solely on making money, but because she understood that true abundance comes when we work from the heart and with gratitude. Those stones on her keychain were not just amulets, but symbols of her growth, her learning about the value of patience and the power of believing in her own path. Now, when you carry a jade stone or citrine quartz on your keychain, you are not just carrying an amulet of abundance. You carry a profound teaching, an invitation to see life from a place of gratitude, and to remember that prosperity is not just about having, but about being. Every time you touch the jade, think of the calm and wisdom that lives in you, and every time you touch the citrine, remember that your dreams and your success are within reach if you pursue them with love and determination. These small and powerful stones accompany you as silent guides, reminding you that abundance is always near, that prosperity is an energy that flows when we create from the heart. ****. Object 7, Maneki Neko, Lucky Cat. The Maneki Neko, or lucky cat, with its paw raised in a welcoming gesture, is a beloved symbol of good fortune in Japan and around the world. This small cat, with its friendly gaze and inviting gesture, has been placed at the entrance of shops, homes, and businesses for centuries, based on the belief that it attracts good luck, customers, and opportunities. But to truly understand the power of this symbol, let me tell you a story about a young woman named Aiko, whose path was changed by a small Maneki Neko. Aiko had inherited a small shop from her mother in an old neighborhood of Tokyo. The shop sold traditional Japanese items, from teacups to beautiful hand-painted fans. Although the shop had a lot of charm, times had changed, and fewer people visited. Aiko spent her days in silence, waiting for a customer, but sales were scarce, and the once bright light of the shop seemed to have faded. One day, while cleaning the shelves, Aiko found a small, forgotten Maneki Neko in a dusty box. This particular cat was different from the others she had seen. It was small, simple, and worn, as if it had been very loved at some point. Upon seeing it, she remembered the stories her mother had told her about the lucky cat. "Aiko," her mother used to say, "the Maneki Neko is more than a symbol of fortune. It is a promise that opportunities are always on the way, but you must be ready to receive them." With those words resonating in her mind, Aiko cleaned the small Maneki Neko and decided to hang it at the entrance of her shop as a talisman of hope. Although she was unsure if it would really work, she felt a small change in her heart. It was as if that cat reminded her that luck is not just something we wait for, but something we build with faith and perseverance. Over time, Aiko noticed that something within herself began to transform. Inspired by the symbol of the cat, she started to renew her shop little by little, organizing the products in a more attractive way and adding a table where customers could sit and enjoy a traditional drink. She created a special corner to tell the story of the Maneki Neko and began offering small demonstrations of Japanese calligraphy. Unbeknownst to her, she was opening her shop to new opportunities and creating a space that attracted the attention and curiosity of passers-by. Soon, Aiko's shop began to fill with life. People came not only to buy but to listen to the stories she shared, to learn about the value of each object, and to experience a bit of ancient Japanese culture. Over time, her shop became a meeting place for those seeking something more than just a simple product. They were looking for an experience, a connection. Aiko understood that the small Maneki Neko had not only brought customers and fortune to her business, it had taught her a much deeper lesson. Opportunities do not always come in the way we imagine. Sometimes they arrive as a small change of perspective, a push to do something new, an invitation to trust in our own talents. That cat with its raised paw was not just a symbol of luck, but a reminder that we must open ourselves to the world and be ready to receive what life has to offer. Now, when you carry a small Maneki Neko on your keychain, it is not just a decoration. It is a constant reminder that good fortune and opportunities are always on the way, but also that we must do our part to receive them. It teaches us not to wait for luck passively, but to prepare ourselves, to open our hearts and minds, and to create the space for those opportunities to flourish. Every time you look at the Maneki Neko, imagine that it, with its friendly raised paw, is inviting opportunities to come closer to you. Like Aiko, you can decide what to do with those opportunities. You can let them pass by, or you can create a place in your life to receive them and do something meaningful with them. This small lucky cat, then, is more than a Japanese symbol. It is a companion that reminds us that fortune favors those who are willing to open their doors and receive with gratitude and readiness everything that life has to offer. Now, how about a blessing for your keychain and activating the positive energy of each amulet you carry? Here's a simple ritual inspired by Buddhist teachings. This ritual focuses on intention, gratitude, and the power of the energy you give to each object you carry with you. This process will not only attract good fortune, but will strengthen the connection between you and the amulets on your keychain. Find a space where you can be at peace, away from noise and distractions. This place could be a special corner of your home, or even a space in nature. It's important that you feel comfortable and calm, so your mind is clear and focused on the blessing. Clean your keychain and the amulets with a soft cloth. If you wish, you can use a little salt water or water with purifying herbs, like rosemary or lavender, to energetically cleanse each object. This cleansing represents the removal of any negative energy that may have accumulated. Place your keychain in front of you on a clean cloth. If you have candles, light a white candle to represent the purity of your intentions and the light you wish to attract. Take each of the amulets in your hands, close your eyes, take a deep breath, and visualize a golden light surrounding the object, filling it with positive energy. While holding the amulet, concentrate on its purpose and the energy you wish it to bring into your life. With the keychain in your hands, say aloud or silently an affirmation that declares your intention to activate positive energy and attract good fortune. You can use an affirmation like this: with this blessed amulet I attract good luck, abundance and protection into my life. Each amulet here present opens paths, guides me, and strengthens my spirit. Prosperity accompanies me, and good fortune is always by my side. If you prefer, feel free to create your own affirmation using words that resonate with you personally. Thank each amulet for the energy it will bring into your life. Visualize your keychain surrounded by a golden light that wraps around it, filling it with positive energy. Imagine yourself carrying the keychain, feeling the protection and abundance that each object provides. If you have water from a natural source or a bit of holy water, sprinkle a small amount over the keychain as a symbol of a final blessing. Next, take the keychain and place it in your pocket or bag, where you will carry it daily. Every time you touch it, remember the ritual and the positive energy you've infused into it. This will strengthen your connection to your amulets and serve as a reminder that abundance, protection, and good fortune are with you each day. This ritual is a powerful way to remember that energy flows with the intention we infuse into everything. Carrying this blessed keychain is like having a small shield of protection with you, reminding you that with each step you take, prosperity and good fortune are walking alongside you. Lastly, if you enjoyed this video and found the advice helpful, don't forget to subscribe to the Buddhist Wisdom channel. Here you will discover more practical teachings rooted in ancient wisdom, designed to help you improve your life in every aspect, whether you're seeking greater prosperity, emotional well-being, or simply more peace and clarity. This channel is dedicated to providing tools and knowledge to guide you on your journey. Be sure to share this video with anyone you think may benefit from it. Wishing you all the best. Until next time, dear friends.